Hey people, it's me again. So, anyways, it's almost New Year's in a way. It'll be like New Year's in about another 40 minutes here as far as that goes. So, I guess I would say as far as 2016 goes, I would say this year, I wouldn't necessarily say that it was a bad year, but I wouldn't necessarily say it was a good year. You know, it just somehow fall somewhere in the middle, which, in a way, it was kind of like with last year in a way. It wasn't really like a bad year or a good year, but it wasn't going into those sort of patterns that I had talked about in the past. Where the year would start off a certain mood, and then halfway through the year it would change. Whether if it was in a bad mood, and then it goes into a better mood, or vice versa. Yeah, I mean that happened maybe like '04 for example could be one, or '08 could also be another example of one. Where it started off pretty good, but then it ended up kind of bad in a way, or not in a real good mood there. But and then a couple of years where it started off kind of in a bad mood, but ended up in a pretty good mood, which would have been like '05 and '07 in a way. I think even in some ways like '06 was kind of like that way too, where it was kind of somewhat in a good mood, but then it kind of ended kind of in a bad mood as well. You know, but I think all of that was kind of like that way from like was like '02, and I think '03, and then like maybe all the other years were like that. As far as certain moods there, but. It's going to be weird as far as next year goes. I mean, the upcoming year, I should say. As far as 2017. And I'm going to be 36 that year. As far as this upcoming year. One of my brothers is going to be 39. The other one's going to be 41. And then my mom's going to be 71, and my dad's going to be 79 as far as that goes. And the boys are going to be 9 as far as that goes. Little kitty cats like that. Can't believe they're going to be like 9 years old. It's like, it was just like yesterday when I kind of got them when they were just about 6 weeks old, and they were about like this big or so, they're just those little cute little kittens, And now here they are. Now they're like middle-aged cats almost. But that what it means. Like 20 years ago was like the second half of sophomore year. As far as that goes. That 20 years ago was kind of like the last whole couple of weeks of the first semester. And then it was like second semester and all this sort of stuff, And then like 19 years ago would have been like junior year, and then like 18 years ago was like senior year. I mean, it was like, which is kind of weird now, to seem like. It was just like yesterday when my best friend Todd from high school had told me like his brother's fiance was actually having a baby and all that, and he was gonna be an uncle. Now my best friend's my old best friend from high school's nephew is now gonna finish high school. It's weird. Weird how all that is has gone that by, I mean, it's just strange how like time goes by that fast, but it was like that one song, that whole 100 years, But it's making me kind of wonder as far as this goes. I mean, if I blink at this point, like it's gonna be 2022, whether or not that Trump is reelected or not, it's hard. We'll see. We'll see about that sort of stuff, or whether or not that LA gets to host the 2024 Olympics, all that kind of stuff, But it just makes me kind of wonder what's going to happen as far as that goes in 5 years from now, once it's like New Year's Eve of 2021, and then we're going to 2022. As far as that goes, I mean, I'm going to be like 41 at that point. One of my brothers is going to be like 46, the other one's going to be 44, and then my dad's going to be like 85, I think. Like 85 or 80s, 82 or 83, I think. I don't really remember. And then the other one, and then my mom's going to be 76 or something like that, I mean, 81, I forgot about that. The other one's going to be 41 and 81, Which is going to be weird at that point. And it also means, like, in the year 2022, that mean, like, one of my kids' cousins would be finishing high school, and the other one's going to be starting high school, or being a junior or senior, I think. Okay, I had to think about it. It was like a sophomore in high school at that point. Because that one cousin's going to be graduating like 2024. And the other one's going to be like class of 2021, I think. So it's already going to starting like college at that point. And then my cousin's kids are probably going to be like 15 or 12 or no wait, one of them's now 6 and the other one's now 8, I think. So that would mean 5 years from now would be one of them would be 11, the other one would be 13 at that point, and then depending on all the other stuff as far as any other additions in the family, because then one of my other cousins' kids is like they're already starting middle school at that point. 5 years from now, it's going to be one of them's already finishing high school, and the other one's just about starting high school at that point, And it depends on how things are going to go in 5 years at this point, whether if I'm going to actually have human kids or whether or not one of my brothers actually has kids or something like that, or gets married or something like that. That's all hard to say as far as who knows. Who knows what's going to happen as far as that goes in years to come and all that. So I think that's just what I'm basically going to say at this point. It's like, who knows what's going to happen with 2017. Although I really don't like having Trump winning the election and all that. But it was just better than Hillary. And I really wanted Sanders to win. But who knows how this is going to play out. But let's just hope that everything is going to be in one piece by this time a year from now. So, anyways, guess that's probably until next time.